Hello everybody, welcome to another Minecraft video. Today I have here some chips I've built. These chips are little things that one at a time you can build them up to make different chips. So I'll show you what each of them do first, and then I'll show you the code, the wiring behind it. So this one is a NOT gate. So it has a lever, which is the input, has an output, which is called out, and I have a little lamp representing whether it's on or off. So if I turn this switch on, the light will turn off. If I turn it off, the light will turn on. So that's what the NOT gate does, and I've written a little truth table here. I don't have enough space to write a real truth table, so I've written these little things. Here we have the AND gate. We have the two inputs A and B here, represented by these two levers. We have the output here, represented by this lamp. So if I turn one of these on, it won't turn on, but if I turn both of them on, the output will turn on. If I turn B on, it won't turn on, and if they're both off, it'll stay off. You can see, as the truth table here, you can see if A is on and B is on, the output will be on, but every other combination, the output will be off. Here's the next gate, which is the OR gate. We have the inputs A and B. We have the output out. We have the two levers representing A and B. We have the lamp representing the output. So on the OR gate, if we turn one of these levers on, or both of them on, the output will also be on. If we have them both off though, the output will stay off. You can see the truth table here, everything will make the output turn on, except if they're both off. It's very cool. Next one is the XOR gate, the exclusive OR gate. We have the inputs A and B. This time it's a little bit bigger than our other ones. This one, if we turn just A on, it'll turn on. However, if we turn A and B on, it'll turn off. If we turn just B on, it'll turn on. If both are off, it'll turn off. See a little truth table here? If A is on and B's off, it'll turn on. And if A is off and B's on, it'll turn on. Every other combination, whether both on or both off, then the light will stay off. So that's the exclusive OR, XOR gate. We have Mux here next, and we have the inputs A, SEL, and B. Then we have our output, which is the lamp. You can see here, if we turn on SEL and turn on B, this lamp will turn on. If we go ahead and turn on A, the output will turn on as well. And if we go ahead and turn on A and B, the output will turn on. If we go ahead and turn them all on, the output will be on. If we just have B on, it'll be off. If we just have SEL on, it'll be off. Every other combination will stay off. That's Mux. The next one we have over here is DMux. We have the inputs in and the input SEL, represented by these levers. This time we have two outputs though. We have A and we have B, represented by these two lamps. So you can see over here the little truth table I've written out. The only one that will turn on the B light will be if both of these are on. The only one that will turn on the A light though is if input is on or in is on. If just SEL is on, it won't turn on. If both of them are off, it won't turn on. And yeah. Next one over here is the half adder. This one is significantly bigger than the other ones I've made before. You can see this one also has two outputs. This one has two inputs though, it has A and it has B. They're a little far apart. The outputs here we have are carry and sum. And you can see the little truth table we have here. Sum represented by S, carry represented by C. You can see if we have B on, if we have just B and A off, it'll turn on sum. Whoops, over here. Sum. Let me turn that off. If we have both of them off, obviously both of them will be off here. If we have just A on, that will also only turn some on, but if we turn them both on, it'll switch over to carry. There you go. Very cool. That's one way to tell if, yeah. Really cool. Over here we have a full adder. So this time we have 3 inputs. We have A, we have B, and we have C. We have our 2 outputs, sum and carry here. And for this one, it's a little bit of a bigger truth table I've written out. I don't have enough space to write all 3 inputs with equal signs and making the carry different from the normal C, so I wrote them this way. So hopefully you'll be able to understand them. So when A is off and B is off, but C is on, that'll turn on sum. If we turn just B on, that'll turn on sum as well. If we have just A on, let's turn on sum as well. If we have B and C on, that will turn on carry. If we have A and B on, that'll turn on carry as well. If we have A and C on, that will also turn on carry. And if we have them all on, that'll turn them both on. Over here I also have a simplified version of it, where this, over here, all this wiring is a little bit giant. So on this one I have a very small full adder that I found on the internet, someone made. So you can see if we turn on just A, it'll turn on sum. If we turn just B on, it'll turn on sum. If we turn just C on, it'll turn on sum as well. And once we start adding the 2's, turn on to carry, and then once we put them all on, have them both on. So theoretically, you could also go ahead and hook up something like this, where you have an AND gate here. And you could say we want all these levers to go down. If one of them's down, nothing will happen. You want them all to be down. This one you could do with it. There's of course many other things you can do with this. A lot of cool things you can do. Let's go ahead and see the coding, the wiring rather, for all this. In the NOT gate we have over here, it's very simple. All it is this wire here. So we have our input, we have an input, and we have an output. The input, when it's turned on, will turn this output off. This input, when it's turned off, will keep this output on. It's very cool. So you have the input going in, the output going out. This one we have 2 inputs, so there's one input going here, one input going here. So input A, right here, is going into the A input of this NOT gate here, as well as this one. So the input for B is going into the in input for the NOT gate. And then if we combine them here, let me show you. If we turn on just A, you can see that's going into this NOT gate. This NOT gate's turning off, but because these are connected, this one stays on, this one powers all of it. So if we go ahead and turn this one on, you can see this one's powering this one to turn off, and it's not powering any of this. It's going into this at the end, which is just telling us, oh, this signal over here, we're going to replicate it here. And it'll put it all the way up here and turn the light on. Anything else won't work. Let's move on to the OR gate. So you can see we have input A and input B. These are going into our inputs for these NOT gates, but they're also connected here. So that means if I turn on one of these, it looks almost exactly like this AND gate, but it'll turn both of these off because it's powering this block here, so it's turning this one off, powering this one here. Very interesting. So if only one of these is turned on, it'll turn off both of them. And here we have the Xor Gate. We have input A and input B. This one looks a little more complicated, but in reality we just have two NOT gates here, two AND gates, and an OR gate. So this AND gate is getting not A in its A input, and in its B input we're just getting the regular B signal over here. So you see that's going regular B all the way over into the B input. In this AND gate over here we are getting the regular A input here, so nothing's been tampered with, and then this B input we're having not B going into the B input. So we have A and not B and A. And you can see those will each go into this OR gate at the end. So let me turn on one of these switches. So you can see if A goes on, we're turning this off, and because this one's not being turned on, these will both be on. And this will also power this one here to be off, because we had our regular A and not B. Because regular A is being powered and not B is not being powered, I'll turn this off, turn this one on, and therefore it'll turn the OR gate on. Let's go ahead and power both of them. If we go ahead and power both, you can see A is on, so it'll turn this one off, but B is on, so it'll turn this NOT gate off, which will make this one stay on, which will still put power into this. And the same over here, except this will be regular B, but this will be not A, but because A is powered, it's taking the not A and putting it into there. And because A is powered, not A would be not powered, so then this one is allowed to stay on. So this one still powers it, nothing will be going into this OR gate to turn it off, therefore our light will stay off. The next one is the Mux Gate. We have three inputs this time. We have A over here, SEL here, and B over here. We really only have two AND gates, a NOT gate, and this OR gate here. So this AND gate here is receiving an A input from A, and a B input from not SEL. Over here we have the other AND gate receiving a B input from B, and an A input from SEL. So not SEL, but regular SEL. So you can see one of these is on, one of these is off, and both of these are on over here because none of these are powered. And let's go ahead and power SEL and power B. So because both of these are on, it'll turn both of these off. And because this is an OR gate over here, because it's being powered by this one, both of them will turn off, and it'll turn our light on. If we go ahead, and just click A, you can see because it was already being powered by not SEL, both of these will turn off, and this OR gate will say, oh, well, we're receiving power from over here, so let's just turn on the light. There you go. Oh, whoops. And you can see if we turn all of these on, there we go, we're saying, okay, we're having this NOT gate turn this one off, and because this one's off, it'll turn this torch on, and this will turn off here, but because we're having B and SEL still being powered, it'll make no difference, and it'll still power, so it'll be just like if we had A off here. A won't be making a difference because we need both of these to be on if we're actually going to power it, but it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. So there you go. Next one we're going to move on to is DMux. We have two inputs here, we have in and SEL. Our outputs though, we have the two outputs A and B. So if we go inside here, we can see in is going two directions. We have an AND gate here, we have another AND gate up here, we have a NOT gate back here. So this AND gate is getting an A input from our in input. So in is going into the A input of this AND gate. The B input is actually coming from not SEL. So not SEL is going over here, then our in input is going into the A input of this AND gate, and then regular SEL is going into this input. So you can see we have these two AND gates here, so if we go ahead and turn on input, it'll turn on A, because not SEL, because SEL is not turned on, won't have this one on. So this AND gate will remain off, and I'll turn this on and turn this light switch on. Over here you can see we have this one powered off, and this one on. If we wanted them both to be on, we'd have to power this one, but if we power this one over here, you see, we power this here, it will go ahead and turn these both off and turn this light on. But because this is not SEL that we need over here, this will actually go ahead and leave this one on, which means this one will turn off, and it'll leave this one on. Oop. Then over here we have a half adder. So, let me turn these off first. Oops. There we go. You can see we have the input A and input B, and the output carry and the output sum. And if we go to the A input here, we can see that goes into the A input of this AND gate here. We have an AND gate here. We have an XOR gate here. This XOR gate's inputs start here and start here. And it outputs all the way over here to this light. This AND gate will output to this light. Our A input on this AND gate though comes from our, I believe it's the A input. Yeah, it's the A input here. Comes into the A input. And then regular B comes all the way over here into this B input for the AND gate. So if both of these are on, if both the switches are on, this will say, okay, we'll turn on this light. And if we have this switch on, we can see it goes all the way over to this A input in our XOR gate. The B input will go into the B input of this XOR gate. And XOR is exclusive OR, so if one of these is turned on, it'll turn on this light. So let's see if that works. One of these is turned on, it'll turn on that one. But if we have both of them on, it should turn on the left light and turn off the right light. And there you go. It works exactly like intended. And this last one is the full adder. We have three inputs, A, B, and C. We have sum and carry up here. And inside you can see we have, it looks a little massive, but I'll go down, I'll break it down what everything is here. This is our AND gate here. This is an XOR gate. You can see our first input is right here. Second input's right here. This is our A and B input. And if we go ahead and go here, you can see this is B here and this is A. So the inputs to our XOR gate, the A input is coming from A, the B input is coming from B, and the output of this XOR gate, so if either A or B is on, that will power this one here. So let's grab one of these. Let's say this is powered here. Say we powered that one. That would turn off, but it wouldn't do anything because this is an AND gate. It would need power from C, so if one of these is turned on and one of C is turned on, it should turn on carry light. There you go. You can see that comes up all the way over here, and it'll go to this OR gate. So if this AND gate, which is the inputs of A and B, so if A and B are turned on, or if one of these is turned on and C is turned on, it'll turn on the carry light. So it goes all the way down here to this carry light, and then you can see we have our output of our XOR gate here. So if either A or B is turned on here, it'll take that output. Oh, whoops. Getting a little lag here. Alright. If the A input or the B input is on, it'll go to this here, this NOT gate. So it'll say the NOT, if not one of these is turned on, and we'll power this. Oh. Alright. If not XOR is happening, if not one of these is turned on rather, it'll turn this on. However, to turn, this is an AND gate here, to turn this AND gate off, we need power from over here. So we need power from our, oh my. We would need power from our C switch to turn on, as well as one from A or B. That would go over here, all the way to our OR gate. So let's pretend like we turned C on. This would power this light over here. Yep. And same over here. This is with just the output of our XOR gate coming over here in the input of this AND gate, and then not C coming over here into the B input. Experience a little bit of frame lag here. But anyways, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys learned a little more about chips if you didn't already, and hopefully this will convince you to go out and buy the book yourself, because this is pretty fun doing all this. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.